100. The brakes are on point in this gigantic behemoth. Like, with the power and everything with this truck, it's addictive, to say the least. It's addictive. Once you get used to it, you're never gonna go back to any type or form of ordinary vehicle. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in another truck and we have low fuel, but we'll ignore that for now. 2022 Ram 1500 with a 5.7 liter Hemi. As you can see, we're in some underground parking, so we're gonna do a quick little walk around, get out of here. But some quick specs about this one. 5.7 liter Hemi, 375 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. This one is predominantly rear-wheel drive, but it is 4x4, so we do have a 4-wheel drive lock down here. And this is what a key looks like. Very simple and very Dodge-like. Like, I don't expect Dodge to make anything fancy, and this truck is the simple embodiment of that. Quick little walk around. As you can see, I suck at parking this thing. I did a terrible job at parking this thing, but you can just see how big it is. And listen to that rumble. We have two little tow hooks in the front, but overall, yeah, ignore the parking job. I did a horrible job parking this thing. But anyway, this is not what we're here for. We're here to do a little drive on this thing. And yes, you can hear the exhaust. It sounds good, it sounds crispy. And if in case you guys are wondering, yes, 5.7 liter Hemi. My biggest quarrel that I have with a truck like this is that even though the inside is silent and well insulated, is that if you're not tall enough to easily hop in, you would have the hardest time of your life trying to get into a truck like this. Because trust me, it is a big reach. If you don't have that guardrail for you to step on and hop in, it makes life a little bit difficult for you. But other than that, and the gas mileage I'm currently getting, which is 17.2 for every 100 kilometers, which is crazy, but I do have a heavy foot, so that is to be somewhat expected. And instantly we're gonna put it in tow/haul, turn off our traction control, put it in 4-wheel drive, because that is like the most performance oriented setting we can actually put this truck into. Because 4-wheel drive will stop us from spinning out too much. Man, putting it in tow/haul would make the throttle response and everything about this truck a little bit more peppy and awake, essentially. So just by putting that little combination of inputs, even though we don't have an actual dedicated sport mode in this truck, it makes it a little bit more enjoyable and kind of wakes up the 5.7 liter Hemi quite a bit. Now let us quickly get out of this parking garage. And yes, for those wondering, yes, we are in a parking garage, even though this truck, you feel like you're gonna scrape something off the roof because of how high this thing is. But trust me, you'll be okay. You'll fit in most parking garages, and if you don't, the parking garage will warn you and tell you not to even attempt bringing in your truck. And the beauty about driving such a big thing like this is that you kind of, well, it's not really a good thing, it's kind of like a behavior that you attempt to adapt after driving this truck for a while, is that you kind of become a bully on the road. You're big enough that people tend to get out of your way really quickly. Curbs are optional. You can run over them if you really wanted to. You have arguably a really good sound system, one of the best in the automotive industry. Well, not the best, but for the price of under 50K, it's pretty good. This truck sounds really good. And let's talk about the performance. 5.7 liter Hemi, that's the same engine the cops use apparently. Unfortunately, the Chargers and the Challengers are getting discontinued, so they're probably gonna switch over to Ford or some kind of Mustang. But for the time being, as they are using the 5.7 liter Hemi, this truck has the exact same engine. So can you in theory run from the cops? Yes, but theirs are a little bit more upgraded, so I really don't think I'm gonna be able to run from the cops. But one thing you would always fall in love with a truck like this is the way she sounds. And if you're afraid that you're in a gigantic brick with the power of a cop, our brakes are really good, so you really don't have to worry about that as well. Because with all this weight and power being put down, you gotta be able to stop on a dime. And be able to take off on a dime too. Right now, if we're cruising, this truck is very simple. It's not even performance oriented. You can make it performance oriented by modding this truck up if you really wanted to. But hey, word of advice, it's not the smoothest. Well, it is smooth, but it's not gonna be German car levels of smooth, if you know what I'm saying. And the thing is, I know there's deer in this area, so I'm not gonna try and go too crazy. Like, with the power and everything with this truck, it's addictive, to say the least. It's addictive. Once you get used to it, you're never gonna go back to any type or form of ordinary vehicle. It's basically impossible because you've become too used to the power, you've gotten used to the gas mileage, you've gotten used to the perfect sound system in this thing. And just for you to downgrade and go back to something regular, that is really not something most people want to do or will end up doing. But since we're in our sportiest setting, we're gonna try a quick 0 to 60. And 100. The brakes are on point in this gigantic behemoth. The brakes really are on point. And if you want to relax, you don't want to do any of the aggressive driving, the fast acceleration, what I recommend you do, turn on your cruise control with one touch of a button and press set. And our cruise control is set to 41 kilometers an hour. It's not adaptive, there's no sensors at all, so at a red light like this, you do have to put on your own user inputs to stop the car, because it will just keep on going. It has no problem doing that. But I feel like I've demonstrated just enough about this truck. It's practical enough. It's like a Durango with extra space, but not for people but for things instead. That is basically the premise of this truck. Everything else, from the way it handles, even though the Durango may be a little bit more luxurious and nicer, they're all so similar that they kind of blend in together. And that's the thing. And I feel like a lot of people can really benefit from having a truck. Not the short people though, only if you have the rails for you to step on and actually hop in. But everyone else, get yourself a truck and enjoy life. This has been Morty, guys. Take care and peace.